the bumper's gone rusty, is a crankcase too thin? Maybe her seats have been worn to a thread, and her paint's all gone faded, and she lost all her thread. That's no way to treat your good car after she brought you this far. It's really not fair if you know that you care. Take her to the shop, buy her some clothes, get her anything shot to go on her nose. Take her to the pet shop for something brand new. She'd do the same thing for you. Take her to the pet shop and save me pennies. Take her to the pet shop and save me pennies.
I'm sure that everyone by now is aware of the fact that this is the 4th of July, and this is a day when many Americans across the nation celebrate all of the things that have made this country achieve some of the fine things it has achieved. And it is a day when other people across the country are saying that to celebrate on a day like today is very hypocritical, because we are engaged in things that many people in the country disagree with. But I think one important thing to remember on the 4th of July is that it is not a time to sit and point fingers at each other and say that you are wrong or you are wrong, or this particular side is wrong or that particular side is wrong, because no one in his right mind can say that there haven't been mistakes made by both sides, by both older people and by younger people, and by hard hats and long hairs, and by soldiers and by civilians, and by Republicans and by Democrats, and just by everybody. I mean, if you're going to be totally honest, be totally honest and admit that mistakes have been made on every side. Also, there have been a number of good things achieved by every side. The older generation, which young people in America seem to mock and sneer, have done many wonderful things for the country, outside of getting us involved in things like the Vietnam War and polluting the air and all of that. That definitely can't be all that's happened in the last 50 years. Look at the medical advances that have taken place in the last 50 years, and the technology, the space race, and all of the things that fast improvements in everyone's life, not just the rich but also the poor. So I think it's important today to remember that regardless of what differences we all have, that we're all people, and that we are all confined, and we all choose to be confined, into this space which we call the United States of America, which is on the North American continent. And that the world is becoming so populated that it is coming to the point where we're going to have to learn to get along with each other. And we're going to have to learn to be able to settle our differences without hitting each other, and without shooting each other, and without dropping bombs on each other, and without doing all of the really ignorant things that men have been doing for thousands and thousands of years. And this is something that is not restricted to America. People talk about American imperialism. Right now, Britain is overrunning Ireland, and they're shooting Irish civilians down in the streets. Irish civilians are sniping back at the British troops. And so it's not something that is confined to this country. It's something that's taking place all over the world. And I think you really need to have a wider view of what's going on. One thing that I think many Americans forget, a lot of people think they know what this country is founded on, but very few people go back and read the Declaration of Independence, for instance, or the Bill of Rights. And I'm sure that probably a lot of people who are listening right now never have really read it all the way through. Now, if you'll really stop and think about it, I don't imagine that everyone can say, I have read, the Declaration of Independence all the way through, and I have read the Bill of Rights, and I understand what it all means. I think it would be a good idea for everybody to do that. The Declaration of Independence is one of the most fantastic documents that I have ever read in my life. And it has some really, really good things to say. Today in the Phoenix Gazette, they have an article called Declaration of What? This independent stuff sounds real suspicious. And the dateline is Miami, Florida, and I'd like to read it to you. Only one person out of 50 approached on local streets by a reporter agreed to sign a typed copy of the Declaration of Independence. 2 called it commie junk, 1 threatened to call the police, and another warned Miami Herald reporter Colin Dangard, be careful when you show that, or who you show that kind of anti-government stuff to, buddy. A questionnaire circulated among 300 young adults attending a Youth for Christ gathering showed that 28% thought an excerpt from the Declaration was written by Lenin. The youths, mostly high school seniors, were then asked to describe briefly what sort of person they thought would make such a statement. Among other things, the author of the Declaration was called, quote, a person of communism, someone against our country. Another said, a person who does not have any real sense of responsibility. Another said, a hippie. Another said, a redneck revolutionist. Another said, someone trying to make a change in government, probably for his own selfish reasons. Next, the reporter typed up the Declaration in petition form. And he stood all day on a sidewalk and asked middle-aged passerbys to read it and sign it. Only one man agreed, and he said that the poster, that it would cost him $25 for his signature. And comments from those who took the trouble to read the first 3 paragraphs. This is the work of a raver. Somebody ought to tell the FBI about this sort of rubbish. Meaningless. I don't go for religion, Mac. The boss will have to read this before I let you put it in the shop window. But politically, I can tell you, he don't lean that way. He's a Republican. So that's kind of where America is at concerning the Declaration of Independence, and I think that you can see that, some of the people were from high school, some of the people were business people, and nobody, really knows. So, this is in the Phoenix Gazette. I think it would be good for you to read that. I would like to it will probably take me about 5 to 10 minutes, but I would like to take this opportunity to read the American Declaration of Independence to you. And I would like for you to really think about what it says and listen to it, because it really has some important things to say. And if you could just take 10 or 15 minutes, man, really listen to this, because it is important. The American Declaration of Independence. The unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America in Congress, July 4th, 1776. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute a new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light or transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the patient suffering of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. He has refused his assent to laws the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance unless suspended in their operation till his assent should be obtained, and when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people unless those people would relinquish the right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. He has called together legislative bodies at places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the repository of their public records, for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness his invasions on the rights of the people. He has refused for a long time after such dissolutions to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative powers, incapable of annihilation, have returned to the people at large for their exercise, the state remaining in the meantime exposed to all the dangers of invasions from without and convulsions within. He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states for that purpose obstructing the laws of naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others to encourage their migration hither, and raising the conditions of new appropriations of lands. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing his judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amount and payment of their salaries. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. He has kept among us in times of peace standing armies without the consent of our legislatures. He has effected to render the military independent and superior to the civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our constitutions and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation, for quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states, for cutting off our trade with parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in a neighboring province, establishing therein an arbitrary government and enlarging its boundaries as to render it at once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule into these colonies, for taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our governments, for suspending our own legislatures and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burned our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. He is at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the work of death, desolation, and tyranny already begun, with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous ages and totally unworthy the head of a civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens taken captive upon the high seas to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrection among us, and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers, the merciless Indian savages, whose known rule of warfare is an undistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. Nor have we been wanting in attention to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislature to extend an unwarranted jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our immigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow these usurpations, which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They, too, have been deaf to the voice of justice. We must, therefore, acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation, and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war, in peace, friends. We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, and General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do in the name and by the authority of the good people of these colonies solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of right ought to be, free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that political connection between them and the great state of Great Britain is, and ought to be, totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states they have the full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do. And for support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. Signed by order in behalf of the Congress. The Declaration of Independence. What this day is all about.
Hatchets blunt and bloody, you were not there before. When I lay upon a mountain and my father's hand was trembling with the beauty of the word. And if you call me brother now, forgive me if I inquire, just according to whose plan. When it all comes down to dust, I will kill you if I must. I will help you if I can. When it all comes down to dust, I will help you if I must. I will kill you if I can. And mercy on our uniform, man of peace or man of war, the peacock spreads his fan. Tell the people they are safe now. Hunger stopped him. He lies still in his cell. Death has gagged his accusations. We are free now. We can kill now. We can hate now. Now we can end the world. You're not guilty. No, he was crazy. And it's been going on for 10,000 years. Take your place on the great Mandela as it moves through your brief moment of time. When you're loose now, you're true now. And if you lose, you've only wasted your life. Wasted your life. Wasted.
KCAC 1010, Radio Free Phoenix. For America.
People marching into freedom, tearing down the flags of dying, dying, dying. Flash, it comes again tomorrow. Bombs are falling on everyone. Save the men from lying in the graveyard. Fight the war that has no meaning. Kill no matter what the gain. Hold your guns with the pride of the nation. Here's to you with your heads up high. Open your eyes and watch them die, 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 die. See me in the morning, we can love. See me in the evening, we can love. See me in the afternoon when the sun comes shining down on you, and we can love. Oh, we can love. See me when I am me, and I will love. Make it you and me, and we can love. We can get us someone new, and we'll be some, but more will come to make us one, to make us one. In the darkest night time, they walk behind you, and their hatred never listen. We must reach out our arms and free them from the fields of sudden change. We must tell them the war is over, 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 over. Freedom, singing freedom, ringing freedom, ringing, singing freedom. I'm singing freedom, ringing, freedom, ringing. Well, there ain't nobody gonna tell me how. I'm free now, you're not gonna tell me how. And there ain't nobody tell me how. Sing my woman, sing my song, sing my woman along. Well, I'm free.
A thoughtful mind, when it sees a nation's flag, sees not the flag only, but the nation itself. And whatever may be its symbols, its insignia, he reads chiefly in the flag the government, the principles, the truths, the history which belongs to the nation that sets it forth. Henry Ward Beecher.
Love is but a song sing, as we will die. You can make mountains ring, or make I want you to tell them to gotta get together, do a little giving, change our way of thinking, change our way of living. Lord, Lord, we've got to stop the hating. Ain't no time left for crying when the kids are going hungry and the good men all are dying. Got to be now. Go ahead and climb that mountain. Got to find a way somehow. Got to have peace. We got to have peace. Peace. Lord, we got to have peace.
America, as seen through the eyes of KCAC and myself. We started with the album Stone the Crows, and I Saw America. From there into California Bloodlines, John Stewart, Mother Country. Then Leonard Cohen, The Story of Isaac, from Songs from a Room. Theodore Bickel from his album A New Day, The Great Mandela. Monster, Suicide, America, Steppenwolf. Freedom, Michael Collins. The Youngbloods, Get Together. Let the Sun Shine, The Fifth Dimension. Give Peace a Chance, Leon Russell. Never Kill Another Man, Steve Miller Band. Peace Brother Peace, Bill Medley. America, Simon and Garfunkel. The National Anthem, Peter Sarstedt. Only this to add.
seasons will flow to help you through your burn as you spend your time on earth. You know when a mother's child, a father's son, in this crowd I'm only one to tell you of your word as you spend your time on earth. You know
Started with the Steve Miller Band from their latest album, number 5, And I Love You. From there into Seasons from the Brave New World album, Summer, Fall, Winter, Spring, of the seasons I will sing, to help you through your birth as you spend your time on earth and the wind. I think one important thing for everybody to remember is the fact that we are a part of a relatively new country and even really a relatively new world. And we are a part of a growing country and a growing world and a growing universe. And I don't think anybody really knows what we're doing. I don't think anybody even really knows what they're doing. And there are going to be a lot of mistakes made, and there are going to be a lot of growing pains. But I think it's all really going to be okay if everybody just wants it to be, and I want it to be. And if you all want it to be out there, then we can make it all right here. And if everybody everywhere wants it to be all right where they are, then they'll make it all right there. And pretty soon it's going to be okay everywhere. But it's evolution, you know. And evolution is more than a physical thing. Evolution is also a mental process, It's a psychological process, and it's a spiritual process. And it's something that's going to take a little time, and it's not going to happen tomorrow. And it is something that we're all a part of. And it'll happen, and it'll happen right if we all just do our part. So, that's our message to you on the 4th of July. It's 26 minutes past 6 o'clock, William Edward Compton, until 7:45. And we've got a couple of things we need to pass along to you, since we've gotten a little bit behind. If you're going to spend a hot 4th of July weekend in town, and it is a hot 4th of July weekend in town, you can cool off at JD's and join in on the Happy Times downstairs, and everybody can dig Happy Times. They'll be going until 3 a.m. tonight. To provide the dancing music, Stan Devereaux and the Checkered Demons will keep you entertained. So why not spend the weekend having fun downstairs at JD's tonight until 3 a.m., and JD's is located on Scottsdale Road in Tempe. And if you have not yet checked out Stan Devereaux and his new band, the Checkered Demons, I would advise that you do so, because they have something to say that you ought to hear. Jeans West is a store that's located at 507 East Camelback Road here in Phoenix, a place where you can find pants in every color, fabric, and size, style, pattern. It's all there. Pants stacked ceiling high, along with many varieties of shirts, ties, jackets, vests, and belts, not to mention good people. They're open weekdays till 10, Saturdays till 8, and Sundays till 6 at Jeans West, 507 East Camelback Road, and that is right here in Phoenix.
Like no cocaine, everything takes a couple style, and we love it. We are cola.
July the 4th, which is today, brings the 6th installment of the Ann Arbor Film Festival to the Valley Theater, 509 Mill Avenue in Tempe. Now, tonight exposes 11 of the films that have made this festival the anticipated event for underground filmmakers. Patriotism Abounds in He, When a Young Man Swims Naked, while Abe Lincoln Gets a Haircut. 60-second delay shows a filmmaker who does a little skydiving to give you a visual view of what it's like. Body Ritual illustrates a typical afternoon of fun in a San Francisco park. Extreme Unction explores the connection between orgasm, violence, and death. 11 films in all tonight at the Valley Theater, 509 Mill Avenue in Tempe. Underground Cinema 12 opens its doors at 11:15, and the movies begin at midnight. This is KCAC 1010, Radio Free Phoenix, for Phoenix, Arizona, and the rest of the world, too. Van Morrison, Sweet Thing.
And I was on the merry way and jumped ahead this first. And I will drink clear, clean water for the quench my thirst. And I shall watch the ferry boats from there get high. On the blue ocean against tomorrow's sky. And I will never grow so old again. And I will walk and talk in gardens all wet with rain. Oh, oh. Sweet thing, sweet thing. Yeah. Sweet thing. Like self-contained. We shall walk and talk in gardens on misty wet with rain down. And I was never grow so old again. And I will raise my hand up into the night clouds sky. Trying to start and shine in your eyes. I just to dig it all, not you, wonder that just fine. And I'll be satisfied not to read in between the lines. And I will walk and talk in gardens on wet rain. And I will never, ever, ever, ever grow so old again. Sugar baby. Sugar baby. Sugar baby. Sugar baby. What is champagne I had? I come out from a county fair, and the rain came pouring down. Me and Billy standing there with a silver half a crown. Had the full of a fishing rod and the tackle on our back. We just stood there getting wet with our backs against the fence. Oh, the water. Oh, the water. Water. Hope it don't rain all day. And it's gone me to my throat. Don't be just like Jelly Roll. And it's gone me. It is gone me to my soul. Don't be just like going home, and it's on me. And the rain let up, and the sun came up, and we were getting dry. Almost let a pickup truck nearly passed us by. So he jumped right in the driver's van, and he dropped us up the road. Then we looked at the swim, and we jumped right in, not to mention fishing pool. The water, oh, the water, oh, the water, let it run all over me. Get it on me to my soul. Don't me just like Jelly Roll, get it on me, get it on me. To my soul. our throats were getting dry. Then we saw the man from across the road with the sunshine in his eyes. But he lived all alone in his own little home with a great, great gallon jar. There were bottles too, one for me and you. And he said, hey, there you are. Oh, the water. Oh, the water. Oh, the water. Scared myself from the mountain spring. Yeah, it's all made for my soul. So be just like Kelly Road. Yeah, that's all made. Yeah, that's all made for my soul. So be just like going home. Yeah, that's all made. Yeah, that's all made for my soul. So don't be just like Kelly Road. Yeah, that's all made. Yeah, that's all made for my soul. Don't be just like going home. Yeah, that's all made. If I ventured in the slipstream between the viaducts of your dream, where my road steel rims crack and the dead end of back roads south, could you find me? Or would you kiss my eyes to lay me down? Silence easy to be born again. To be born again. From the far side of the ocean, if I put the wheels in motion, yeah, I'd stand with my arms behind me. I'm pushing out the doors.